All right, for x-intercept, we always, why can't I get anybody's attention today? Yeah, I'm ready to be done too, but it won't take us long. All right? To find the x-intercept, you need to substitute 0 in for y. And to find the y-intercept, you need to substitute 0 in for x. All right, and all I do is when I have it is I just cover up the y because there's nothing there. 5 times what is 20? 4. So that's our x-intercept. And then I cover up the x. 2 times what is 20? Find the y. So it's really quick and easy to do that problem. Okay? You just cover it up with your pencil or whatever, your finger, and just do it real quick in your head. All right? So that should be an easy problem for you guys on tomorrow morning, right? First thing? Yeah.
What?
First thing tomorrow, just like normal, you're in here for the exam. Right? Period 1. You have to sit in here till 9:05. All right, so for the circle, the equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. That's the formula for a circle. All right, your center is hk, and your radius is r. Okay? So this is a real quick and easy one also, because you can look at the problem and tell what the center is. So since it's x plus 2, what's the x value of the center? Negative 2. And since it's y minus 5, what's the y value of the center? Positive 5. So it's the opposite of what you see in there. And then to get your radius, you just take the square root of that number. What's the square root of 64? 8. Okay? So 24 and 25, getting towards the end of your exam, should go pretty easy for you. Questions on those two? 30, just like the practice. Just like our practice quizzes, just like the exam, things just get changed up. Dylan?
Is there like an exam module, like we have like the videos and stuff?
Yeah, you just look. If you look at Canvas, I've got everything there, just like always. Joey, you got a question?
Is it gonna be the same question or no?
It'll be very similar, just different numbers, just like always, right?
No, I'm saying like the same numbers. No, obviously.
Yeah. Number 26 on your exam is just like that type of problem. Yeah. All right. So when we do these problems, look at this area, the inequalities, and look at those numbers and see where the numbers fit. Okay? So if I'm looking at the 3, does it fit in the top inequality or the bottom inequality? The bottom. 3 is greater than 1, right? So that means I put f of 3 in the negative 2 times 3 plus 8 function. And then I just find that answer, which would be 2, right? Negative 6 plus 8 is 2. Okay? Then I look at the negative 2. Does that fit in the top inequality or the bottom one? The top one. So that means I put negative 2 in the top function. All right? Negative 2 squared is positive 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. So 12 minus 4 is 8 minus 4 is 4. So f of -2 is 4. And then the third one is f of 1. Does 1 fit in the top inequality or the bottom inequality? The top one. So I put 1 in the top function. And find that answer. So 1 squared is 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. Minus 4 is 1. So there's 3 answers we're looking for number 26. You just got to figure out where to put the number that they want you to find, in for x, and which one, the top or the bottom one. So look at the inequality first to see which one it fits in, and then go straight left and put it in that function. So that one's not very tough either, is it? Okay. Number 27, we're looking for an equation of a line through 2 points. And you have to put it in slope-intercept form. So they want it in y equals mx plus b form. All right, how do I find m? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, so put your slope formula on your card. All right, so y2 is -9 minus y1 -5 over x2 1 minus x1 6. What's minus a -5 end up being? Plus, right? So what's -9 plus 5? -4. What's 1 minus 6? -5. Well, 2 negatives make it positive. So there's our slope. Okay? So we can start our equation of the line like that, right? I have the m part. How do I find the b part? You plug in one of the points in for x and y. Does it matter which point you pick? No. Your pick, your choice. All right? So let's just do the one -9. So y is -9 and x is 1. All right, so 4/5 times 1 is 4/5, right? What do I do with the 4/5 to take it over there? Subtract it, right? So all right, so just do that in your calculator. -9 minus, and then just put 4 divided by 5 in parentheses. Okay? That's -9.8. You can write the decimal if you want. I like the fraction, so I'm going to hit math and enter twice. So it's -49/5. So, Eddie, you doing that again?
I like this. Leave it. Go back to the glass. Go back to the glass.
So, make sure you finish writing the equation of your line, okay? So we figured out the slope was 4/5, and then we figured out the y-intercept was -49/5. So put it in for m and b to finish up, okay? Questions on that one? That wasn't that long ago we did those, right? A couple weeks, maybe a month. So that hopefully is still a little bit fresh in your mind. Questions? All right. Last 3. Write an equation of a line through 2, -1, and perpendicular. So remember, perpendicular slopes opposite reciprocals, right? Parallel, that's the symbol for parallel. Slopes are the same, right? So what's the slope of the line they give us? Negative 3/4. I want the line perpendicular to that, right? So what's the slope that I want to use? Positive 4/3. Questions on that? Now I'm going to do the same thing I just did in the other one. All right? I can start, because I know my slope, plug in the point, -1 for y, and 2 for x, and then we're going to solve for b. Remember, when you multiply a fraction times a whole number, you put the whole number over 1. So it's just 4 times 2 and 3 times 1. So that's 8/3. And then I'm going to subtract 8/3. So showing my work. Yeah, just put in your calculator. So -1 minus parenthesis 8 divided by 3 for your fraction. So there's, it's negative 3.6 repeating, and you can use the decimal if you want. Again, I like the fractions, so I'm going to hit math, enter twice, so -11/3. So our answer is y equals 4/3 x, our slope, minus our b, 11/3. Okay? So those two are pretty similar. All right? Questions? All right. For 29, vertex and axis of symmetry. Since it's in standard form for the quadratic, to find your axis of symmetry, use this formula. X equals -b over 2 times a. That's how we're going to find the axis of symmetry. So, negative b, what's b up there? -4 over 2 times what's a? 1. So the two negatives make it a positive 4 up top. 2 times 1 is 2. What's 4 divided by 2? 2. So there's that answer. All right. To find the vertex, when you find the axis of symmetry, you have the x value of the vertex. So I have that number. I just have to find the y value. So I substitute the 2 into, or in for x in the problem, or in the function. So 2 squared is 4. -4 times 2 is -8. So 4 minus 8 is a -4. Plus 7 is 3. So our vertex is 2, 3. If you want, you can put it in your calculator and try to figure out what the vertex is by looking at the graph on your calculator if you want. And then you can find the axis of symmetry too, see where the middle of your parabola is, right? All right. The last one is like a problem from our last quiz, right? We are doing the composition of functions. There's 2 problems here. So we got f circle g, or fog, of 1. All right, what do we do first? F of 1 or g of 1? Yeah, the second one, right? G of 1. So we're going to go g of 1. So 3 times 1 minus 1 is 2, right? And then what do I do with that 2? Plug it into the f, the first one, which was 2 squared plus 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. So that one's a 6. The other one, G circle F, or composition of, that means I'm taking the F and putting in for X in the G, right? So, you know, there's two steps here when it's a number, but really it's just one step when you're doing the X one. So instead of X, I'm putting that X squared plus 2 in here. And then all I gotta do is simplify. So distribute your 3. And then combine like terms. So there's the other part. Make sure you do both parts tomorrow. I know you'll be ready to be done when you get to number 30. But do both of them. Again, I'm not trying to trick you guys. I haven't tried to trick you all year. All right, after tomorrow, you're halfway done with your senior year.
Yes.
It's going fast. Right, Nate? It's going so fast.
I don't care.
All right? So, make sure you're ready tomorrow.
Shut up.
Got my notebook.
Open that door. Keep it in the hallway. My words, I get
It really just.
Nah, man, it's okay, man. You gotta drive.